literally comes off the corner of the created goal. I did not know there were posts in this, and Indestructible able to slot it home, and we have a 1-0 lead. That 7-game series was amazing.
It was absolutely amazing, but we're going to have to jump right into the second match, Andrea, as we have Frontera Chrome of the Premier kicking off against Sounders RC very soon.
Okay. Ugh.
Just bear with me as I get that set up. Andrea, feel free to commentate this match.
Yeah. Emerald City RC is... I mean, they've been playing really good, but, you know, El Matador taking the lead here in drop shot. And they have a gaping goal here to do something with Emerald City RC. And they haven't really been able to do it. I think El Matador has been really good through the air here. As oh, that's gonna be a goal! Oh! It bounces off the corner. Not really sure how that works. What is physics, you know? But just another almost, just a lot of almost. And I think what Spanky does there almost actually kind of stops them from getting a goal. But it is a weird game mode, and I can see why you might have some own goals or some blocked shots from your own teammate, because it's really hard to understand what you're really doing, and I would be having the same problems, if not worse, because I'm not that level of player. So, and but yeah, some beautiful aerials, and this is a really close match. If Emerald City RC can dunk this in, as they do, Spanky with a beautiful one, we're looking at potentially overtime, and I'm not sure if the sides reset on overtime.
They do not. No, the damage remains, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting. Okay. So there is a definite advantage for El Matador then. But that doesn't mean that it being tied is not a great thing for ECRC, who have a really good chance here, and they're going to want to do as much damage to El Matador's side as they can before this overtime, because there are no open goal spots, so it's definitely going to be overtime. As El Matador able to create an open goal spot for that overtime. And here we go. We are starting overtime, and there's a small open goal spot. El Matador able to just slot it in immediately into the large open goal that is left from earlier in this game before our overtime.
And I believe El Matador are now up 2-0 in this
2-0.
matchup. What a surprise! We've been talking about how good this ECRC side has been this season, but El Matador take advantage right here, Andrea. Are you surprised by this so far?
I mean, from the game, it looked like they were a little better through the area in this drop shot game, but I am a little bit surprised, yeah. But it was very close, and I think the reset mechanics were a part of the problem, and, you know, you start that overtime, but the sides remain the same, and, you know, El Matador has an open goal, and ECRC doesn't at the beginning of that overtime, and so it really isn't even going into that.
Speaking of even, we might get an evenly matched affair right here between a San Diego and Seattle team, this time in the Premier, Frontera Chrome versus Sounders RC. Here we go.
Yep. Oh, beautiful goal from Mega Ducky.
And what a start this is for Frontera Chrome. Kicking it off immediately. Great pass by Chelsea man, aka Larson, to Ducky. Wow, what a start right there. Sounders RC are already on the back foot. They are down 1-0.
And ECRC over here going back to threes. We see I think we see a substitution. Luis, the COOV, and Indestructible. So I believe Luis and Indestructible are still in, and I believe we have the same people from that drop shot game as well on ECRC.
Indeed,
As
we do.
Toad Death having a good chance here. There's two people to commentate on.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You can focus on the second one if you want. I can focus on the first one. And here, speaking of the first one, Ducky setting up Fiery French Toast. Flying way too far back. Tries to commit to his best to get to the ball. But Fiery French Toast gets the second for Frontera Chrome. And now they're up 2-0 against Sounders RC.
Yeah, saw the replay on that. Crossed him up. Beautiful goal. Oh, Ooh, some mistakes in the back line over here with ECRC. Utopia doesn't get a hit there. Utopia misses a second hit, and Toad Death almost able to poke that out, but it's right to the COOV. Not sure how you pronounce that name.
It's cool.
Okay, the Couve.
And you know what makes that goal extra special, Andrea? The Couve is definitely the worst player in that matchup. He is... I don't even think he's a diamond. I think he's a plat. And he's playing against, like, high champs and grand champs. And he gets the lead for El Matador here against ECRC. 50ing Toad on the ground and forced the ball into the back of the net. That is a special moment for Couve right there.
That very much is, and it comes off of some defensive shakiness as Utopia nearly slots it past Luis. But just good defense there. As... I really want to be hyped, but it's like the defense is really stopping most of the hype here, and we're having a very close game, just like the first game, just like Drop Shot even was. Drop Shot was very close. We have some pretty evenly matched teams over here.
Indeed, and speaking of evenly matched, Frontera Chrome versus Sounders has settled into an even affair too. After going down 2-0, Frontera Chrome are now having to deal with a much tougher Sounders RC, but just as I say that, the curse of the commentator strikes. And Mecky Ducky assists Fiery French Toast, and because of that, I have to break this out. My fault, chat. That's my fault. You can blame me for that. Frontera Chrome up 3-0.
That's a beautiful poke. And we also, and I don't want to do the same thing, but we have settled in a little bit over here on ECRC versus El Matador. Hopefully, I do hope that actually changes, because I'd love to see some goals here, but I don't want it to feel like my fault.
Well, speaking of goals, Frontera Chrome are delivering another one. This time by Mecky Ducky, 69 miles per hour, 110 kilometers per hour. A nice shot, courtesy of Alan's BangersOnly.com radar gun. We love you, miss you,
And
Alan.
Luis has a beautiful little dunk off a great cross from the Couve. The Couve is making himself count in this match.
Deep Sea called him the Grand Plat, and he's definitely showing that as Mecky Ducky goes for a dunk. But Sounders RC hold on, and they have to. They're 4-0 down. They look like they might concede some more. Blind barely gets it out, and throughout this whole game one, chat, Sounders RC have been on the back foot. They've struggled big time. There was a little spell where they could have come back, trying to take over the midfield, but once again, this Frontera Chrome side, they're so good at absorbing the pressure, and then they strike immediately. Almost a fifth there from Fiery French Toast. Shea Bomb in the chat cheering his teammates on as well. After Frontera Azul got the win, can Frontera Chrome follow up with a win of their own? So far, so good for them in this game one.
Over here, ECRC is sort of being handled. It looks like every game is close, but they just aren't able to quite beat EM on any of these. It's just close game after close game, but they can't get it done in the end, and they'll be looking to turn this around, get themselves a goal, and get back into this.
And one thing I want to highlight, you might be seeing the 2-0 scoreline in the game and also the 2-0 text scoreline. That is not for the game, that's for this match. El Matador are 2 games up against ECRC, and now with this 2-0 lead, they might be going 3-0 up, setting themselves up for a sweep potentially against ECRC, which is crazy to think of. But after their Game 5 victory over KC Cauldron, maybe they are now starting to build themselves up and get themselves going this season.
Yeah, and we have to think, like, if ECRC can't turn this around, what game mode are they thinking? And playing with these players, they are great through the air. I could see they can't go drop shot again, but I could see them going hoops. They could go 2v2. They can play pretty aggressive. as indestructible, putting in a third, making this a pretty hard one to come back from. 37 seconds is possible, but it's not an easy thing to do in Rocket League.
And speaking of comebacks, Sounders RC tried as it might to get a consolation goal. Another team play right there. Ducky to Larson, front flipping into the ball, tackling it into the corner. Frontera Chrome up 5-0 in game 1.
And Toad Death, right? Pretty quick off the kickoff. Makes this a little bit more interesting, doing exactly what he needed to do very quickly to put the comeback on. Without a quick goal like that, it's nothing as the Couve over here putting it away. 4-1, 27 seconds. Just simple kickoff goal. Defense in the back is not up to snuff, and he gets past him.
This is absolutely insane. Couve with a brace, by the way, Andrea, is very much unheard of.
Couve with the brace and an assist.
Oh my god. That is mind-blowing.
He has been great this game. As the clock is winding down, it's 4-1, and it's really looking like El Matador is going up 3-0 in this series, and we'll see what ECRC decides.
That is absolutely insane, Andrea. Absolutely insane. ECRC down 3-0. El Matador setting up for a sweep. They're in.
Yup.
Wow. You could not have seen this coming.
And the Couve with a brace and an assist. That sounds. Oh, they're saying rumble. Oh no. We should have just. You know what? Last night, we should have just shut our mouths about rumble, and this wouldn't be. I truly feel as if we've awakened something in the SGL community, as over here we have some hoops.
Yes, you've been asking for it.
ECRC taking him to the dunk house.
Indeed, Sounders RC wanted to choose hoops, and they have Knocked and Christmas pairing up for this matchup against Ducky and Fiery French Toast. Two incredibly mechanical pairs right here. We'll see who takes the initiative, as Sounders RC are in the blue half.
And hoops is a little interesting because it has this interesting dynamic where it's almost like sometimes when the other team is attacking, you want to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible. And then sometimes when you're attacking, obviously you want it in the sky as much as possible. And there's sort of a little bit of a conflict because there is a way to score off the ground where you roll it up the net. But that's really unlikely, and most of the time if you try to score like that, it's not going to work out. As El Matador and ECRC are back in a game, and we have rumble. Unfortunately. So the plungers come out. Utopia tries to score off a plunger. Once again, I don't have much idea what I'm looking at.
Well, you know what? It would be nice if I could get to focus on rumble and you on hoops. And Ducky gets the equalizer after a great start by Knocked and Sounders RC. Good pass by Fiery French Toast to Ducky. Beats both Sounders RC players into the open basket. And Frontera Chrome immediately come back. It's 1-1 in that hoops game.
And that's that precision through the air that you really need in hoops. There's not as much that you can do on the ground that like that. That is a beautiful little air dribble from Ducky just to like sort of slot it lightly up on that net.
And on the rumble game, in the picture-in-picture, Luis takes the lead for El Matador. And they are one step closer to sweeping ECRC in the cup.
Oh, this is we're getting some great stuff tonight.
We absolutely are. There's so much going on right now. And speaking of much, Fiery off the backboard. Ducky couldn't do much to get the ball out. He was in a rough spot, and Christmas gets the presents out nice and early. Sounders RC are tied yet again, and it's 2-2.
Oh. Beautiful. That's a perfect. I think that goal explosion might work better on hoops than it does on the normal as French toast. I really thought that was going to bounce up and in. Christmas, beautiful little knock off the backboard though. A little bit of goaltending over here from Ducky.
And on the other match, it is tied 1-1 between ECRC and Matador. What a save! Finally, Frencho's coming in for the dunk. Just barely grazes the ball. And Frontera Chrome take the lead after what was an incredible save attempt right there by Christmas. Just unlucky. And Fiery French Toast brings it up to 3-2 for Frontera Chrome.
Yeah, we have some beautiful hoops going on. These are both teams that can do great through the air, and they're doing some amazing aerial shit.
I'm liking the passing play as well between Fiery French Toast and Ducky. But in Sounders RC's favor, they are getting some incredible solo plays going, and they need to bring it yet again. Knocked off the backboard into the midfield. Christmas setting himself up, but Ducky pinches it off the basket. Nice bounce up by Knocked.
Indestructible on Rumble makes it 2-2 with what looks to be close to a normal Rocket League goal, though with a frozen ball.
Oh, nice shot right there by Ducky. Just couldn't get the power. Knocked with a huge clearance. 3-2 with 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. The ball is played loose into Christmas, who doesn't get enough loft on that ball as it slowly meanders itself to the corner. 50. Christmas going for the shot towards Ducky, who was in position for that, and he clears it out to Knocked.
Wonderful night on the dunk house. That is looking pretty dangerous there. Ducky off of a nice bounce. That's all him.
And unfortunately for Sounders RC, they had a good spell of possession, but this Frontera Chrome side specializes itself in holding on and defending and weathering down the opposition before finally striking and getting a quick-fire goal. Frontera Chrome are now up 4-2. Sounders RC need to spawn right now, and they have the potential to get more goals. They just need to breach this incredible blue wall.
Yeah, there's been some great defense on the backboard, the literal backboard this time. And it's just really hard to get past when somebody's doing that right. They're going to try here. Oh, I thought that was a little higher than it was.
A second chance, though.
Ooh.
Barely gets away with it. Ducky taking over. Well, what a flick off of Dominus. Fire French Toast holding on, waiting for this touch from Knocked. Takes advantage out. Tries to go for a shot. Off target. Ducky gonna go off the dunk from the backboard. Oh my goodness.
Oh my save! But he can't quite pull it off at the end. And also over on ECRC, we have a tying goal here from Utopia.
And that comes at a perfect time because that game has entered the final minute. El Matador in the lead. Utopia bringing it back for ECRC. Might we go to overtime there, or might El Matador seal the deal and sweep Emerald City RC in the Premier Cup?
Well, I believe this is game 3.
This is game 4.
No, this is game 3.
No, they're playing Rumble. They can only play that in even game modes.
Oh, yeah, it's game 4. Okay, I'm wrong. It's a little overwhelming. As Toad Death says, we want more! Nice little freeze, and Toad Death just too easy for him off a nice pass from, I believe that was Spanky. Or was it Utopia?
Oh, no. Oh, no. In the mainstream. Knocked. I thought he was going to get the touch, but the ball goes over him, and Ducky has the easiest goal possible. Just puts it into the orange basket. And Frontera sealed the deal in this game, too. They lead 6-2 with 18 seconds to go.
ECRC kind of getting away with it with an open net here. And they look like they're going to take this off of at the end what looked pretty sloppy from them, but this is really good. This could be a turnaround. We could be looking at a reverse sweep. We don't know. There's probably a lot more Rocket League left to be played. Because ECRC is going to take home Game 4 on Rumble, and we are going to go to Game 5.
Meanwhile, in the Frontera Chrome Sounders RC matchup, we are going to go into Game 3. Frontera Chrome win Game 2, 6-2. If you thought that first matchup was dominant, this second matchup has been even more so. And for Sounders RC, they're in trouble right now because, you know, they have the chance to come back with the game mode selection, but even then they're still struggling. So I don't know what it'll take for them to get back into this. I think their only hope is they get incredibly lucky with one of these games.
Yep. And I don't know. I think we go back to normal game mode. I could see Sounders RC's taking this. And I feel like I would have said that every game I saw them watch FSD Chrome the first time when they were getting reverse sweep. Because it really felt like those games could have been 1-2. But if they can do what they did for the first few games of that reverse sweep where they were just dominating, we could see a couple extra games here. Maybe Sounders RC win. Ugh.
Hey, finally some normal 3v3 action, right?
Yeah, normal 3v3s on both sides.
Perfect timing, eh?
Yeah.
Well, here we go. We are now going to be jumping into ECRC versus El Matador. Game 5 between those two sides. El Matador were set up for a sweep, but ECRC get their first win in Game 4. And now for some regular 3v3 action in the... forgot what the name of this map was. Not Urban Central. But anyways, it is an urban map. Good start here by El Matador. But they need to go back now. Luis taking over.
Utopia, nice shot, but a little bit wide. Luis is going to hit it over. Spanky coming in, trying to keep that center in their end. Luis just knocks over the corner, makes it not too dangerous. Luis now pushing it up. And we're looking at sort of just good aerial play from both parties here.
It's been even so far, hasn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Both sides bringing out their strongest possible trios, right?
If you had said this was a 3-1, I wouldn't have believed you. The way that all of these games have gone.
It's been absolutely insane, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
We start off with an absolute banger, back and forth affair. Couldn't tell which way it was gonna go, and Luis almost getting the lead for El Matador. But ECRC hold on, and now could they get a goal off the counter? Spanky couldn't beat.
Toad Death in a great position. Gets it over one, and that is a beautiful little pop over his foes. And you love to see stuff like that. That's some great individual effort. Cheeky, as they would say.
And what a lead that is for ECRC. They need to get back into this. They've been on the back foot until that Game 4, but now they have taken charge. We'll see if El Matador can come back with the ball in their control. No, not really. It's Utopia who's taking control right now.
And, you know, they have their backs against the wall, but nothing's been all that dominant from El Matador. And so you go, okay, well, there is a way to turn this around. This isn't dire. We are in a good spot. We just won a game. Let's get our heads right. And we have some normal Rocket League to sort of, you know, and right there, Toad Death. He just gets given something on a silver platter. And how is he going to say no to what Utopia gives him? Total Toadster, who is a different player from Toad Death, as I have just learned. Not able to do anything with it, but sort of poke it closer to Toad Death.
So for those of you who frequent the Discord server, Total Toadster is Skyline. Skyline not really knowing about Toad's presence in the orange goal. thought he had the time to bring it out to the other side, but Toad took advantage of that. And now, with his 2 goals, ECRC lead 2-0 with about 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and this is their best performance of the night so far. Everything else has looked close, and they've actually looked like they have a pretty good control of this game. So that's definitely a difference that they're going to look to continue, as we have just sort of not much real good pressure being able to be put on by El Matador in this sequence right here. As beautiful little tap. Oh, Utopia unable to finish it though.
Oh my goodness, what a start by Sounders RC in their game 3, but what an incredible save by Chelsea Man. As we see the trio come out for Frontera Pro, it is Munzadeth, Shaybomb, and Chelsea Man. Knocked though, taking over. Blyant towards the net. Top, middle, EC. Sorry, not EC. Sounders RC, rather. Take the lead, and boy did they need that. They're up 1-0.
Yeah, and that's great from Sounders RC, and they're going to love having a lead in a game like this. That is going to be something that's really important for them, as Toad Death able to stop a pretty dangerous attack there from El Matador, and that's the first really dangerous thing I've seen from them. Although, with this 2 game format, maybe I'm not even paying attention. I'm trying.
Well, I can help you out with that, because Blyant comes in, gets the second for Sounders RC. And with just above 30 seconds having been played out, this is the perfect response by the boys in green. Frontera Chrome have taken over this matchup, but that's the way you do it if you want to get back into it. Sounders RC up 2-0.
Over on ECRC El Matador puts it right back into a game. That dominance sort of ends, and they just sneak one by. And Indestructible gonna look to make this another and tie it up, but he's not able to. There's really good defense there, but from Utopia. So we are back to Volatile Ball here, and we're out of the sort of lethargy ball that we were playing for a few minutes there. As 10 seconds, though, time kind of got away from us. And it really looks like with the ball in the orange end, not much able to change here, as Utopia! 0-second goal! Everything stays in the air, and we are at 3-1. So we have 2 ECRC games in a row, and we are going to a game 5, or 6. Game 6. And
right.
We'll see what game mode they pick. I'm very, very interested. I love to see these other game modes. And no more Rumble. No more Rumble, because they already did it.
That is right. Meanwhile, on the mainstream, Frontera Pro have been on the back foot. Sounders RC have taken over. The Munz substitution, along with Shaybomb coming in, has caused them to be a little bit unsettled. And knocked gets the third. Christmas was there as the insurance policy. Great 2-touch to set himself up. Boom! Off of the left flank into the middle. Chelsea Man had no boost to get up there. And despite being comprehensively beaten in their first 2 games, Sounders RC are back and they lead 3-0.
EC in the chat saying up 2, park the bus. Now they're up 3. It is definitely time to park the bus, play some classic Schmetzer ball. Defense, always defense, and if they can do that, they're coming away with a win here. As they go for another goal, that's FSD Chrome. Munzadeth barely able to slot it past. It looks like it's saved for a second, but just not enough. And that's that.
So
but
close
3-1 still.
So close. Munzadeth getting back into it now. He had a bit of struggle the last time they faced each other in the league. But now Munzadeth getting back into it. We'll see if this can spur a comeback for the Frontera boys. Ball still in the orange half, though.
There seems to be nobody in the match that I was in, so I need to figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, I'll sort that out. Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, you can commentate on this match.
Okay, cool. All right. So, 2 minutes left. Sounders RC in a great position, but FSD Chrome looking for a comeback, starting it off great with a goal there. And for Sounders RC, you gotta keep this out. You gotta play your good defense, rotate. Beautiful save there to do the same. Luis is sending me a friend request as we are in. Okay, we are going. 1 minute 30 left, and a lot can still happen here as a beautiful shot, but it's off the crossbar. Christmas comes in to clean it up, and we have a 4-1 game.
Oh my goodness, Shay and Mud's both going for it. They both missed the ball. Open net. You couldn't ask for anything more if you're Sounders RC. And they restore the 3-goal advantage with 76 seconds to go. Oh my goodness, what a kickoff attempt. Open net. Blind could not get the 50 on Shay. And Sounders RC are running away with it in this game 3.
Yeah, Sounders RC is having one of the best games they've had against a really good FSD Chrome side. And it's not looking like much can be done with 4-1 here. Sounders RC playing good defense. I don't want to curse them, but, you know. As a beautiful little popover from Christmas, and that's a nice save, too.
I like the tone shift right there, by the way. That was incredible.
Yeah, no, because I thought for sure that's going in, but maybe my diamond lobbies are a little bit different than their champ lobbies. And over here on ECRC versus El Matador, I'm thinking we might be doing twos.
We are indeed. Here we go. Twos. And it is Luis and Indestructible for El Matador versus Toad Death and Spanky.
Toad Death has an amazing pass there. The type of thing that you need in twos, but he cannot catch the rebound. He's very close to catching the rebound. And my latency variation makes it harder for me to see what actually happened there.
Uh-oh. But on the other side, Sounders RC comprehensively beat Frontera Chrome by 4-1. Take a quick look at the scoreboard right here before we move on to the mainstream. All right, that's all I'm going to give you guys, because we're going to jump right in to the 2v2 matchup as El Matador are up ahead of ECRC, and they still have match point, by the way. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. And Spanky over here trying to center it, but there's just really nothing there. Spanky might be able to push that forward. Indestructible just sort of slots it to the side, takes the venom out of it. Toad Death trying to keep it center in their end. Indestructible corner. And we're seeing sort of, nice little air dribble. And that's a beautiful shot, but a little bit off. They're playing good defense as the attempted demo goes to nothing. You know, you see that a little every once in a while when you're playing in solo queue. Somebody tries to demo you jump right over them. Don't really know why he thought that was gonna work, as Spanky is able to get past them. Sort of a defensive bust as they overcommit to that attack, and there's just no way to get back to that.
And what a perfect time for that equalizer. Open net. Not what you want if you are El Matador. Now they need to reset.
No, it is not. And you know, they're keeping their reverse sweep hopes alive here. With 3 minutes 20, who knows what can happen, but I think the way that this game is, the only thing we can guarantee is that it will be close.
Indeed, and we are just about ready to go for the next game between Sounders RC and Frontera Chrome.
As Luis, beautiful little shot through the air. Just some mishaps on defense here, or actually a beautiful pass from Indestructible. I thought Toad Death was hitting that up on the wall. It's Indestructible passing to his teammate. Great pass through the air from the ceiling, and we are 2-1 El Matador here.
Meanwhile, on the main street, we are in a drop shot game between Frontera Chrome and Sounders RC, and Frontera Chrome get the best possible start with a good bit of damage in the orange half. And Knocked responds in kind, gets a bit of damage coming back.
Oh, nice demo. Nothing doing with it, though.
By the way, Frontera Chrome do make one substitution. Fiery French Toast comes back in for Munza Death. Shaybob sticks around. Oh my goodness, what an incredible bit of damage from Christmas.
Oh.
And now Sounders RC need to hold on because Frontera Chrome are lighting up the tiles in the orange half, and Shaybob picks his spot. He gets the opening goal.
Oh, beautiful from Luis.
They lead 1-0.
Nice shot from Toad Death. Luis able to clear it off. And nothing is just connecting here. Good defense from El Matador. Luis going off backboard. Indestructible. Nice shot. Toad Death is able to just push it off the wall there. And they don't want to overcommit. They kind of disengage there, and that's the smart thing to do, especially up 2-1. And so we have really good defense here, and Toad Death trying to do the same thing, but at the same time, they need to commit a little bit more because they are down, and Indestructible able to just no boost for Toad Death to get back into that after he whiffs a save there, and there's just nobody there.
Meanwhile, in the other game, Sounders RC need to hold on tight because there's already some damage in their half. And there's a little opening too, but Christmas was so close to getting the shot off. He barely misses the ball, and now he needs to clear this out. Good use of boost right there. Beats Fiery French Toast. No one able to follow it up. Chelsea Man brings it out. Knock takes over. He's going to dribble this out. But Shaybob is right there to challenge him instantly. Gets a good amount of damage and a big gaping hole. A big goal opening up in the orange half. Sounders RC need to get the equalizer because they might concede too. And Shay gets the second, courtesy of a great assist from Chelsea Man. Andre, you there?
Yeah, I am there. I'm just watching this game intently, but I'm like choice paralysis between these two games. But I'm mostly watching ECRC versus El Matador, and it is really looking like save some. Oh no! Spanky accidentally saving his own his own teammate does, likely being a goal there, and now it's pretty dire. You have 10 seconds. It's gonna be really hard to get two in fast enough to have anything but a loss here, but this has been an amazing game between ECRC and El Matador. El Matador taking it 4-2, and it has been close all the way through.
What an incredible effort there by El Matador. They beat the Cauldron, and now they beat ECRC in the Cup. They're through to the upper semifinals. El Matador going through, and ECRC going down to the lower quarterfinals. Or sorry, lower round one.
Can I just say, great performance from the Couve as a platinum player in that last normal game. 2 goals and an assist. That is crazy stuff against champs and grand champs.
That's the beauty of SGL. You can see players like Couve step up and play a big part. He did it before last season against ECRC, no less, getting a big dunk on Gojo, which was one of the goals of the season. One of the highlights of the season, rather, of Season 9. And, of course, he had to do it against ECRC. He seems to love playing against them. As we turn our attention to this main matchup between Frontera Chrome and Sounders RC. Frontera taking control. Sounders RC keep getting the damage, but they just cannot get one shot towards the open hole into any of the goals. Frontera doing just enough to keep the ball away from them. Sounders, they need to get a goal back right now. Just able to get the damage, but not the meaningful shots as the ball goes into the other end. And even more damage in the orange half. Andrea, this is big trouble for Sounders RC.
Yeah, it really is, and it's their half is looking a little bit messed up already, and they're down 2. They already have open spots, and there's 10 seconds left. It's pretty dire as they almost make a goal there, and it's just gonna end with a 3-0 with Shea-Bomb.
That's game set. Frontera Chrome are going to take game 3. They're up 3-0 here. They will be up 3-1 in this matchup. Sounders RC, they did come back to beat the team of 3 developers in game 3. But now, with Fiery French shows coming in, they concede game 4 to Frontera Chrome without even scoring a goal. And now Frontera Chrome are on match point. Sounders RC looking very likely to go down to the lower bracket.
Yeah, and well, our last normal game, we had Sounders RC taking it. Let's see if they can continue that momentum and say, okay, well, in the normal games, we're gonna try to clean up. And do you want me back in?
Yeah. Join back in. Same credentials.
So SGLS 10.
Wait. One sec. I'll pass over the credentials actually, because it's not the same.
Okay.
My mistake. There you go.
Apologies for this, guys.
Yeah, Andrea, I really am very appreciative of all that you're doing right now. This is not easy, for you to come in here and deal with all of this at once, but you've done a stellar job tonight.
Oh, no problem. I've really enjoyed commentating. It has been a little bit brain frying to do 2 at once, I will admit, but we've had a great night and we've had some good games, some really good games. All right.
We have had a lot of great games. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure everything's good to go. We're just waiting on Sounders RC to join in. Taking them a second to come on in.
1261 is insane. Can I just say?
Oh yeah.
That's a stat. Is that just a drop shot thing where the stats are like usually really high?
Yes, because you get a lot of points for damage.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, it's 10 points per tile, but if you get like ultra damage, you get even more points, so you can really add them up very easily.
Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting. I mean, it doesn't really change anything, but I just saw the number 1261. I was like, oh my god, Chelsea man killed.
Oh, he did. He was really good. I mean, he was getting all the big 50s high up in the air, down low. He was the catalyst for FSD Chrome as they were getting all the damage in the orange half. And speaking of damage, might they seal the deal and win this matchup in this 3v3 regular game mode? Here we go. Frontera Chrome on match point. But might we see another game if Sounders RC can come back?
And that's a nice little effort there from Nocturnal. It doesn't really amount to much in the end, but we're seeing them coming out pretty aggressive, and that makes sense as Noct is able to get a shot, but Munza nice little save, Christmas, a little too high, and Nocturnal right off the backboard, soft little touch, works perfectly.
And that is the team play you need to see from Sounders RC to beat this Frontera Chrome defense. Triple commit right there, not beating them all. Open net for him at the end of the day, but it was hard work, and that effort paid off for Sounders as they lead 1-0 in Game 5.
Indeed. And so now we have Mecha Ducky trying to make it 1-1, and they succeed.
And it is Munza Death coming in to clean it up. Ducky with a straightforward shot, which he couldn't make into a straightforward effort at the end of the day. Ball bouncing off the crossbar. Munz getting the big dunk in front of the net. Gets the equalizer. 1-1. And we haven't even played a minute out yet, Andrea.
Yeah, and we already have 2 goals. This is gonna be an epic last one because we've had both teams sort of playing great Rocket League here. In some of the weird modes, it's been kind of harder to tell who's like doing well, but between our two normal games, we have an even game here. One win for both sides.
I think that might be the difference right here. That's knocked. Gets it over. Everyone in the blue half. Chelsea man playing it to knocked. Buds of Death at Nomad's Land. Ducky with no boost. And he gets his second, and the Sounders as well. They lead 2-1.
Yeah, No Man's Land making it awkward for them. Perfect little hit over to a beautiful part of the net, and we're on to 1-2.
Oh,
and I would love to,
Oh, that is unfortunate. You hate to see that, Andrea. Ducky getting the touch into the other end. And, yeah, Christmas took care of the rest, whether he intended to or not.
Yeah. And I think we'd all love to see more games here. So, you know.
We do, but, hey, we're getting a lot of goals in this game 5, aren't we?
Yep.
We might get one
and
more!
Leon not quite able to get to that. He's almost in the perfect position, but it's just not close enough.
I mean, that is an insane kickoff, by the way. Chelsea man diving his Octane in, making it as big as possible. The ball skips over knocked, and it just creeps into the back of the net. Fortuitously for Frontera, they lead 3-2 in this game 5. But can we see Sounders RC come back?
Oh, they get away with that one. That should have been a goal.
Oh, Christmas couldn't get it soft, couldn't get a good touch right there. Ball goes into the other end. Blind has to do all he can. He gets it away, but Ducky now falls up. Couldn't really get a soft enough touch to keep control. Now he has to go back. Blind keeping it going to Christmas. Great defensive effort right there by Chelsea man. Knocked with a weak shot though, and I think that's it for SRC's attack right there.
Yeah, and it's really looking like they need to hunker down and stop some stuff here. As Lion able to clean it up. Lion over here, the garbage man, constantly cleaning up the trash. And that is why we are so close. He has made some great clearances and saves here.
Yeah, he's been incredible defensively. I mean, he plays himself down in terms of his overall defending, but he's been solid here so far. So the ball gets played to the middle.
And not able to get a shot on. And Christmas cleans it up.
You hear the jingle bells, and you see the presents fly. You know what that means. Christmas is here. Getting the huge dunk into the back of the net. 3-0 with 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Can Sounders take us to game 6? They're trying as they might, but now they need to hold on and make sure they don't concede a fourth.
Beautiful little tap, but it's just right in front of Mecha Ducky. And, you know, I can hear the Christmas bells. I can hear Mariah Carey. We could absolutely have a Christmas clutch to get us to another game here. And Lion...
Oh, no.
And that's the difference. Lion's been cleaning up all day, and the one time he doesn't, it's just right through.
Lion? Oh, I don't think he was aware of where he was. Just got drawn towards the ball a bit too much, left the net a bit too open. Buds of Death with enough power to get it past him. And after 26 seconds, Frontera take the lead yet again. And this is really unfortunate for Sounders because they've been so good on the attack, but they just keep getting punished in the back. Can they hold on, or will we see Frontera get a 5th? Ball gets played out to the corner. It's loose. Christmas gets challenged by Ducky again. Nocto gets up. Blind needs to take over, but he just goes for the boost instead, which...
Knocked in Christmas.
Oh, you don't like to see that though, Andrea. Someone had to take charge. If there's a double commit at these moments, that's going to be trouble. So the ball goes into the orange half.
50. Nocturnal, Lion, another double commit, and they're just both going for the same thing. One of them has a better shot, and I don't think the one with the better shot is the one who takes it there.
Oh, Ducky doing a great job bringing it into the middle. Just couldn't keep it close enough. He had 0 boost throughout that spell, too. Shot by. I believe Larson, but just goes wide. Now, Noct trying to take over. High up to the corner. Bouncing it off the ceiling. Oh my goodness, what an insane touch by Muds, by the way. That takes balls of steel. And he showed him right there as he brings it out.
Christmas making a nice little save there. He's going to try to do something with it. He gets a nice little flick. Noct not able to push it further up there. Lion sort of getting something good there. Noct up. Not exactly on target, though. Lion has to try to make this an attack. They're running out of time.
Final 30 seconds. Frontera can hold on right here and seal the deal, but Sounders RC are starting to pile up the pressure. Oh, but a miss like that's not going to help. Chelsea back towards the middle in front of the net. Blind is just enough to keep the ball high up, but it's still in the orange half, Andrea. That's not good for them.
It's going too slow. You don't want it going slow like this in a moment like this, and yeah, they need to get it off the corner, and it's just not in the right direction. And FSD Chrome is going to take this home.
And that does it. Game, set, and match. Frontera Chrome concede 1 game in this matchup. They concede 3 in this game, but they do just enough to win Game 6 and Game 5 and this whole matchup. Frontera Chrome are through to the upper semifinals. Sounders RC go down to the lower round 1.
And that is our final game for the night, I believe.
That is correct. We are done. 3 matches played. A lot of chaos.
Woo!
There you go.
Oh, my head.
Yeah, take a second to breathe, Andrea and chat.
Yeah.
There's been a ton of action today. I mean, we start off with a game 7, 7-game banger. It was so tight, you couldn't tell which way the match was going to go between EC Defiance and Frontera Azul. At the end of the day, Frontera Azul come out 4-3 winners. And then in the Premier Cup, you see one surprising result and one expected result. Here's the expected result. Frontera Chrome beating Sounders RC 4-1. And the surprising result, El Matador beating Emerald City RC 4-2.
Yeah, and I mean, we've had every game. I mean, the matches tonight haven't all been close, but every individual game, almost all of them have been super close. And so it's been a great night, and we've gone pretty far because I don't think we've had a single sweep today.
No, we have not. Sounders RC, we have you to thank for that. That was an incredible Game 3 performance from you guys to get back into it. It's just unfortunate because this Frontera Chrome side, they can rotate a whole lot and they can still beat you if you're not ready for them. And Muds of Death coming out big in this Game 5, by the way. Man of the match, courtesy of Frontera winning. Nocturnal tried as he could, though. 7 shots, 2 goals. Just try to be involved everywhere. When it came to the little moments, Andrea, when they tried to, take control of the midfield, the whiffs played a big part, and that's what allowed Frontera Chrome to eventually see this game off.
Yeah, there were some whiffs, and that's always something that's going to make it a little bit harder. You're not getting as good of positioning, and even when you're hitting stuff, even when it's not going in, it's where you want it to be, right? It's on the other end, and you're getting maybe harder hits onto while you're clearing, and so you're getting rid of danger quicker and all of that good stuff.
So, Andrea, it's been a long night, but we are not done yet. We will have a couple of interviews coming up. Yes, that's right, 2 interviews. We will have a Frontera Chrome interview followed up by an El Matador interview. Both of our winners coming up and chatting with us. We will start with Frontera Chrome, though.
All right. And are we having any interviews from the other game?
I'm gonna check on that. Just give me 1 sec.
Okay.
But let's get started with the Frontera Chrome interview. Just about ready to bring them in.
Whew.
Yeah, take a chance to breathe because there's going to be a lot of talking going on soon after.
I am lucky that I for once, don't have work tomorrow, so I'm gonna sleep in, like in.
There you go. Chat, Andrea, here we go. Welcome on in. Months of death of Frontera SD Chrome. Muns, you played out the final. You played out the third and the last game right there. Third game not so good. Fifth game way better for you. Did it help that you went back to a regular 3v? Actually, no. Did it help that you already played that 3v3 game mode in game 3 and got yourself familiarized against Sounders RC?
Well, let me just start by saying, guys, it's an honor to be here. I'm thrilled with the victory, but I'm even more thrilled to be in the presence of you all. And you do have a top-notch operation here in SGL, and I'm a big fan. So just props to you guys and all you guys do. To answer your question, yes, it definitely helps coming back from game 3, having a kind of a little bit of a toilet game for myself with the feels backflip and a little bit slow reaction leading in a couple of those goals, just warming up. Props to my teammates having faith in me, bringing me back in for game 5 there. Did feel much more comfortable that one. We got some lucky goals, so we can't just celebrate, like we played that well. But some balls bounced our way, and we're happy about it.
I mean, sometimes luck is what you create, right? You have a goal from you that felt a little bit lucky, where it looked like it was almost saved. It sort of goes to the side, and then you finish it up, but you're in the right place, right? So whether that's luck or skill, it's really hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas is a really good player, so you always kind of expect him to be in the right place. And sure enough, I kind of, I got there what I thought was super quick, and then sure enough, Christmas like rebounded in the goal really well and had like the pretty much perfect 50 on me. But to your point, yeah, I kind of just lucked out, and it just ricocheted right to the post and kind of like stayed in somehow. And I was kind of expecting that ball to pop out and not stay in somehow. But yeah, luck bounced our way that time.
Oh yeah, I was like, how? I was like, am I having like internet issues? Like, that's a crazy deflection.
Yeah, hey, we take those. That's kind of what we said in the moment too, when most of those goals went in. Like, oh, we'll take it, but not exactly by design.
So, I brought up your incredible Game 5 performance right there after your struggle in Game 3. You were struggling before this as well. Last time you played was against Sounders RC in the league. And they went up 2 goals when you were playing. Then you got subbed off. Fiery French Toast came in and, they reverse swept. Now that you got this good performance in against the same Sounders RC team in a 3v3, do you feel like you're finally settling into SGL this season? And do you think you'll be able to go much further and showcase your true self in this league?
Well, I consistently say to everybody that'll listen, I cave in pressure. I do not do well in bright lights such as SGL, and these are the brightest lights I've ever performed under. So I wilt under the pressure constantly. It's kind of how I roll. And you know what it does though is it lowers the expectation level for everybody else so that they can feel more comfortable to achieve. So me, sucking it up in those first 2 games last time sort of opened the door for Fiery French Toast to come in and just dominate. So I'm kind of adding a lot of glue to the whole operation is the way I look at it. By playing poorly, it actually helps the team. It's kind of strange how it works.
And I have noticed that is something that SGL does, where it's like you think in your mind, oh, this is just a little for fun league, and then you get into the game and there's all this pressure and you actually feel kind of anxious about it. How do you sort of get around that? What are your best ways to cope with that?
I'm still trying to figure it out, in all seriousness. One thing that we do is like we have at Psionics a in-house tournament that a few of us play in, and it kind of gets you used to those butterflies of like the big match and like there's people on the stream like watching and that kind of thing. So I do have a little bit of experience kind of playing these little pressure-filled games like this with a little more eyes on them than your typical ranked game. So I think that's the best secret, or the best method I've found, is just repetition, playing more matches like that, getting comfortable being uncomfortable, kind of. Outside of that, it's just kind of, being prepared and like, try not to be rusty when you show up on game day, like I was that first game today. That typically helps out.
So it's a good thing you brought up that Psionics tournament because, you know, in that game 3, it was a team full of devs. You, Shay, and Larson, aka Chelsea Man in game. How does it feel to come together as devs, you know, outside of work, basically, or your work environment, you know, coming together here in SGL? What's this like for you all? Like, how do you describe this experience?
It's really cool. I mean, like we tell people at work about it, about SGL, and everybody's like, yeah, really kind of excited about the idea and tells us how cool they think it is. Yeah, it's cool. Like that's kind of part of the reason we team up together here in SGL is like for the meme factor of having 3 devs on the same team, because it's not our best lineup by far. Like any lineup with me, and it's not going to be our best lineup. But yeah, it's kind of cool. The funny thing with our Psionics tournament is like we have all these kind of storylines and like inside jokes and stuff. And one of the longest running ones is this big sort of make-believe rivalry between me and Shaybomb. It's kind of the running joke of the league, how like I don't know, I don't even know how it started, but it's some kind of made-up rivalry where everything turns into a comment of like, if I do something good, people will make fun of Shay, and if Shay does something good, people make fun of me. So we kind of have that funny dynamic going back to the in-house games at work. But I think we have good chemistry and good vibes and comms and everything when we play here. So it's a lot of fun.
It is indeed a good meme being devs. I mean, you can be like, wow, they edited the code or something like that. So I guess a joke question would be, what's the next big fuck ass game mode?
You know, I'm gonna go with no comment on that one. I think that's the safe answer.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, it's incredible. You know, we have a dev right here. We haven't even asked dev-related questions, but this is not the time and place for that. Chat as well. Hold off on it for now. They're here to play SGL, not to do work. All right, so wait until they're comfortable. I know Shay's been in our Discord chat's been talking about stuff about the game. You know, kind of acting like a community rep in that sense, but. Okay, Shay and chat just said I have a lot of questions. Let's hold off on that for now. Before we, you know, digress too far into this interview, Muds, one last question. You know, you guys are on a roll. You guys saw off Sounders RC after playing them in the league. You guys are now in the upper semifinal. How far do you guys think you can go in this cup, given, you know, some of the other teams that are in here, and given the game mode factor at play as well?
Who knows? I mean, it's really tough to tell. We know how good the competition is in this league. We've seen it firsthand this year and this season and last season as well. And yeah, the thing that's interesting about this format is that the extra modes really just throw a monkey wrench into things, and you know, anything can happen. And none of us are particularly like, I don't think any of us on our squad main any extra modes necessarily. Like we're fans of the extra modes and play them here and there, but we don't really like. I think somebody said in the drop shot match today, like they started like for the first kickoff, like somebody acknowledged like I don't know how to talk about the rotations, I don't know how to calm in drop shot, and we all kind of got a laugh out of that. And I think that's kind of the case with any of the extra modes. Like we're not really used to the movements and how to communicate in those modes like we are with threes, so it just kind of, it's a total wild card. Anything can happen. So I don't know. We're hoping we can just do well and you know, keep playing well together. But who knows how far we'll go.
Andrea, any more questions from you before we give
I think it's time for shoutouts.
There you go.
Yeah, just shout out to you guys again for running this. It's great. Big fan. Shout out for the team for sticking with me after a lousy game 3 there. And shout out to Sounders FC for not choosing Snow Day, because we were not looking forward to Snow Day, and we saw that Blian was a Blizzard Wizard, so we were a little scared. So yeah, we're happy about that.
Oh, there you have it. Thank you, Sounders RC, for not trying to take advantage of Snow Day. I don't think you guys are the only one. A lot of people seem to dislike Snow Day, which is unfortunate, but you know, there you go.
Hey, we worked hard on that.
Hey, I appreciate you for that. I'm a Snow Day enjoyer right here.
Same here.
Appreciate that.
If you worked on hoops, I'm number one hoops enjoyer, day one hoops enjoyer.
I'm just a producer. We don't really do anything. It's okay. All right, thanks, guys. See ya.
Hey, take care. Have a good night, Muds.
Thanks, you too.
Not gonna lie, Andrea. I wasn't expecting Muds to start off, talking about being nervous and all, but hey, maybe you're right. Maybe when people, get on the stream, they're like, oh, the pressure's on their shoulders. They have to impress and, not look like a fool. And I think a lot more players feel that than just you and Muds, for sure.
Oh, I have that issue. It's like in your brain before the match, you're like, oh, I'm doing this for fun. It's with friends. I like the people I'm playing with. This is just fun. And then for some reason, you get in the match and the anxiety turns on. And it's like, you just get that feeling in your chest. You're like, why am I like this? Because I thought we're just having fun. But obviously, when it is a competitive setting, things change.
Indeed it does. Speaking of competitive setting and things changing, one guy who has changed is going to be coming into our commentary booth. Welcome on in, Kuv of El Matador. Kuv, the guy who got 2 goals and the assist in his first appearance. Dude, how are you doing? Another big win against ECRC.
Man, I'm doing good, man. Just happy I could actually contribute at a high level, which I am swinging way above what my rank says. But just able to contribute on the stat sheet more so than my just bumps and chaos that I cause on the pitch with people not knowing what I'm going to do. But to actually get stats to go towards the rankings and to put goals on the board and assists on the board and saves on the board. It feels good, man. It feels good.
And you were swinging. I mean, I don't know if we can pull up the stats from that game. I'm not sure if you were MVP, but you should have been. A brace and an assist in an SGL Premier game as a Platinum. That is... I mean, those are the type of stats that say you won't be a Platinum for long.
Yeah, I mean, something I've been grinding, and I think it just comes with me playing with a lot of high ranked people like David, Serrano, Maz, Devitt. Back in the day, we used to play sixes a lot more, 3v3s or 4v4s, and I'd be looking to get a touch of the ball maybe twice a game, maybe get a lucky little tap in. I'd be walking out with like 30 points and call that a good game. And now I'm in the depths of hell in ranked, trying to get my rank up, where I'm just having to do everything in these plat lobbies. But it's one of those things, something I tell people in the league. Funny enough, whenever new people come in, they're like, "Why is a plat?" Or last year or last season, before I started playing ranked and everything, I was a gold, just because I didn't play ranked. So it's one of those things. People are like, "Why is a gold in Premier and actually doing all right?" And it's one of those things where I just keep playing, keep telling people just play and have fun. Even if you don't have the rank, you can still prove worthy. And a little bit of luck on some of those goals, but also just fortunate to be there and be able to be at the right spot at the right time.
Well, you had definitely some help from your teammates, but you were also giving some help to your teammates. You had a beautiful assist on, I believe, was it a Luis goal or?
I believe so.
Okay, and you're backing up your team quite well. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always there as like the rotation guy. Me and Skyline, or Toadster in game. Me and him are the swap out duo, which is basically the role I had with the OG3 of me, Caesar, and Luis before we swapped out. Even back in the day when we had 6 people in our first season, I was always usually like the outside guy, like the fourth guy, like what would be like a 6th man in basketball, just ready to get in when I can and just do what I can. And that comes with just playing and having fun. We don't really like scrim or like play that much, but when we do, it's just good vibes, just playing around. And I've played with Luis now for 3 years, so I know he's just always going to be all over the pitch. And I know usually whatever he's going up for a certain dribble or he's going for the ball or what his boost looks like now with the new boost system, I can kind of predict what crazy stuff he's going to do, so I can usually read it to where if I need to stay back or go forward. And having different play styles and teammates with Skyline and Gnostic and everybody else on the team, it's one of those things where like I gotta adapt to them a little bit, and a little bit of the rush showed in some of our earlier games this season, but playing more and more with them and just getting the good vibes up and everything. It gives me good opportunities. Like the assist to Luis was purely I don't think I can get this in, but I know Luis is at my back shoulder. I literally hear his car and like flying through the air. Like, let me just hit off the wall and give him a chance at it. We knew ECRC doesn't challenge for the ball. They like to sit back and put everybody in goal and play defensive. So we knew we had an opportunity to just attack and play how we want to. And they just took too much pressure for themselves, in my opinion. And we were able to capitalize on that assist. And the 2 goals I had were bumping, we're demoing, and we're just causing havoc at the back and boost starving them. So it just ended up working out for us and in the end. And again, lucky and fortunate to be able to serve up my teammates and also take opportunities.
So you pushed ECRC to a bit of a wall, and you get them 3-0, and they start winning games. And is there the feeling that, oh crap, here we go, this is a good team, we might be in some trouble here?
I mean, not at all, I'll be honest. Our mentality is, I mean, the mentality for this team is insane, and some people might call it big ego, but we've always been a team that up until last season was always challenging, but we sit here and we have fun in this league. That's what matters most to me. It's one of those things where we just go out there and we know the quality that we can put out and the quality that we have on the pitch, and we just do what we can. I mean, the game in Rumble, it was one of those things where literally just the power-ups at the very end caused us to go down. I believe we lost that by 1 goal, or like technically I think 2, maybe with like a last-minute score or whatever. And whenever we did the follow-up match of 3s, it was a close game as well. And as soon as we knew like we had the opportunity for 2s, we knew we had the advantage in that aspect. Luis and Gnostic play 2s all the time. Or I say all the time, they know each other really well, let me say that. And it was one of those things where we just felt very confident going out there, and they showed a dominant performance. Even the scoreline's 3-1, it could have easily been 7 or 8-1. So it's one of those things where we don't really, like, if we start to drop a game or 2, and we're just realists. I mean, look at that Rumble game, like I said, it's just one unlucky goal at the very end to lose that game. The next game was, I believe, a 2-goal loss, which with one goal coming in at like the very last second from someone from the team that wasn't Toe Death. I don't really remember. And then just losing those games by like 1 or 2 goals, we're not too worried about it, and we were able to capitalize and just keep moving, act like nothing happened.
Okay, Maz, you have anything to add?
Yeah, Coop, were you expecting EM to even get a win over ECRC tonight? I mean, you know, they still had a good trio out there with Toad, Spanky, and Utopia, but you guys overcame them still, and without even taking this to 7. I mean, are you surprised by the end result?
Not at all. I mean, and this might sound cocky and a bit of an ego, but ECRC is one of those teams that's always good, and we know it's going to be a test and it's going to be a fight to the very end. We always love to show up and fight for those wins in those games. We don't sit there and act scared. We don't sit there and back down. We know if we can get 1, we can get 2, and if we can get 2, we can win that series. And as soon as we went up 3-0, we were like, all right, guys, like, there wasn't really a doubt in our mind that we weren't going to win that series at that point, and we just executed the game plan as as Captain Louis says. Just executed the game plan and ended up taking that series home to move on to. If things work out in the bracket, hopefully another EM versus EM matchup. That'd be hilarious. If not, we'll play Timber's Army and Lori Boy and all them, and it'll be a good game either way. And our eyes, now that we beat ECRC, is just can't look in the rearview mirror. Just gotta look forward to beating who's next on the table.
Well said, Coop. Well said. I think it's that confidence and self-belief that can take you guys far. With that said, Andrea, I don't know if you have any more questions, but if you don't, we'll give Coop the floor.
Yeah, shout-outs.
Cool. Shout out Skyline, Gnostic, and Luis. We are the best team. We're gonna win the whole thing. Old EM is back. I feel very blessed and happy to play with y'all. Shout out ECRC. They put up a hell of a fight. They did really well. They put a hand up and they fought back. They didn't roll over. And that's what I love about playing ECRC, is that it's never going to be an easy game. So it's always going to test me to show me to be better and say they're my teammates. We can't just sit there and just play laxed. We actually had to try. And shout out to y'all for running again an amazing stream. Shout out to Andrea, you did amazing. For one of the hectic streams back and forth. Same thing with Maz, having 2 series with different score lines and different game modes and trying to commentate both. Y'all did amazing, and stuff like that makes this league be ran efficiently, and especially the quality of these streams. So I appreciate y'all as well. And other than that, that's all I got to say. Really, I appreciate y'all.
Much love, Goop. Thank you very much for the kind words. Really appreciate it. And GG's to you as well. That was a great performance by you and El Matador. We will see you guys next time. Have a good night. Peace.
Yes, sir. Y'all too.
Well, Andrea, it's been a long night. We've had to cover so much. We've had to switch back and forth between two different matches. You've had to do a ton too. I mean, huge props to you for, handling all of this. You've been stellar throughout. You deserve a bit of a break, but we can't finish just yet.
We'll get our break soon, but yeah, gotta look at mercy to whoever has to face Steel Army or Rebellion.
No, seriously, indeed. As we jump into the Premier Cup bracket, we saw 2 incredible matchups right here. Emerald City RC getting beaten 4-2 by El Matador. Frontera Chrome beating Sounders RC 4-1. Frontera SD Chrome into the upper semifinal at the top. El Matador at the bottom in the upper bracket. Meanwhile, Sounders RC gets sent down to lower round 1 at the top half, and Emerald City RC are down at the bottom half. Emerald City RC will face one of Timber's Army or EM Dallasburn, and Sounders RC will face one of Casey Cauldron or La Cinco Doce.
And I believe in Sounders RC. I think they can be a little bit of menaces down in that losers bracket. I'm hoping to see that. Emerald City RC, I mean, they're a great team, and that was a close game. And their ability to nearly put the reverse sweep on, I think that's going to be scary to any team who's losing up in this upper bracket too.
Big time, absolutely. And as for the 2 remaining matches, Timber's Army versus EM Dallasburn will be kicking off tomorrow at the exact same time as EC Eternal versus Axe and Roast, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. KC Colin versus La Cinco Doce on Friday, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. And that wraps it up for tonight's stream, Andrea.
Yeah, it's been a pandemonious stream, just things happening left and right.
Yeah, it's been so much action going on, and it is time for us to wrap up and head on out of here. For those of you still here, thank you all so much for being around. Much love and appreciation to all of you. We've had so much good action going on, and you know what? All good things do come to an end. We're going to wrap it up right here. Thank you all so much for joining us. Andrea, much love to you for being here for the whole way. You had to do so much. Much appreciation to you for, handling all of this. And you deserve some well-earned rest.
GG's. And I'll see you tomorrow. Not commentating, though.
Yes, you will be playing. Have a good night, everyone. We will catch you all next time. Peace.